No! I know! Stop backseat gaming, Deepmind. Hey guys, I'm Vlobs. This is the Technophiles Newscast, and Google's Deepmind, not satisfied with destroying world champions at Go, is back to playing Atari games. As we all know, Google's Deepmind, the open source AI, has been used for a variety of purposes. For example, AlphaGo, as we talked about in a few episodes in the past, has been learning how to play Go against world champions. Go is infamously a very, very complex game with thousands and thousands and thousands of possibilities for gameplay. However, the origins of Deepmind lie in Atari games. In the beginning, they tested this technology by putting Deepmind in front of a few emulated Atari games. So for example, one of the first few games that Deepmind played was a game called Breakout. It's that classic game where you have a ball and a paddle and you bounce it, kind of like a sideways pong against a wall of bricks, and you clear the screen of all the bricks. So for about 600 episodes of training with this game, it played it pretty normally, but then it devised a strategy where it cleared a column on the side and allowed it to bounce along the top of the wall of bricks to more efficiently clear the screen. So not only is this computer playing the game on its own, it's playing it well. It did this with many Atari games, like its Space Invaders and racing games, all pretty easy one-screen ordeals. However, there was one game that Deepmind couldn't quite figure out because it defied the one-screen genre. The game is called Montezuma's Revenge. It's not the gross thing, it's basically a maze puzzle exploration game. The player controls a character named Panama Joe, or Pedro. He wears a little sombrero, so of course he's gotta have like a Mexican name or something. The point of the game is to explore this Aztec pyramid by collecting keys, unlocking doors, collecting jewels, and destroying enemies, all to rack up your score. You would think this is a pretty simple objective, but Google's Deepmind didn't quite understand the concept of exploration. So in an attempt to conquer this game, the team of developers on Deepmind went back to Montezuma's Revenge and gave Deepmind a sense of curiosity to help it explore the level. So it basically refocused Deepmind from going into the game and going, I gotta win, I gotta win. Instead, it was, I have to explore, and then I can win. Over the course of many playthroughs, it died a lot, but it managed to explore 15 out of the 24 rooms in the first stage of Montezuma's Revenge. That's a huge improvement. This reward system for encouraging this curiosity also made it a little bit more flexible, since the game has a bit of a randomized element to it. There will be enemies that pop up in random places, doors that appear in different areas. The game is notoriously unforgiving. There's lots of traps in it, lots of ledges you can fall off of, and lots of rolling skulls that can just kill you. Skulls apparently just work differently in Aztec temples or Mayan temples or Atari temples. It's all about adapting to it, and Google Deepmind adapted. 15 out of 24 may not seem like a whole lot in terms of exploring. There's still a lot left uncovered. However, compare that to the previous model without the curiosity, where Deepmind only explored 2 rooms. You're not going to find a whole lot of treasure that way. The researchers want to develop a model of Deepmind that will allow it to play even more complex games like StarCraft. Can you imagine an AI playing against a team of like pro StarCraft players? How insane would that be? Like, you have an AI that can utilize every single millisecond of game time. So what kind of games do you want to see Google Deepmind tackle next? I personally would like to see it play Donkey Kong 64 because that game drove me nuts when I was a kid. If you have any suggestions, let us know in the comments below, or you can tweet it at us at TechnopilesPod. You can also check us out on Facebook by looking up Technophiles Podcast, or go to our website at technophilespodcast.com. I'll see you guys on Friday. Hey everybody, if you enjoyed this and talking about Google Deepmind, you should check out our podcast. We actually talk at length about how Google's Deepmind not only is going to be making like dumb pictures of dogs and eyeballs, but also to be making music. It's pretty wild. You should check it out. It's very interesting. We actually played a little snippet of the music that Deepmind made. And if you enjoyed the newscast format, you should check out Crystal Lee's videos that she did last week. She talks about how your stomach can help your brain think. There's some chemical stuff going on in there. And then also how lasers can help regulate global warming. Apparently people can shoot lasers at clouds to manipulate clouds and then manipulate how sunlight reflects. She explains it a lot better than I do. You should check that out. And if you want to get more of this stuff every single day almost, you should just subscribe. You should check that out. Lots of content. Lots of content.